So Cullman today, I'm down on the second floor of the Cullman County Courthouse. I'm with Judge Rusty Turner. Judge, you submitted your qualifying paperwork today. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, Tim. Thank you for allowing me to talk with you a little bit today.
Well, that's great. I've been trying to talk to everyone who's qualified. I believe you're the last incumbent in Cullman County to qualify. So everyone seeking re-election, as I've asked other incumbents, the voters will want to know, what has Judge Turner done for us the last 4, 5, 6 years? Tell us about your background and what qualifies you here.
Well, many of you will know that I was appointed by Governor Bentley when Judge Nicholas went upstairs to the circuit court to take retiring Judge Brenner's spot. And I came in right after, about a month after the tornadoes. And then, of course, ran for election in 2012 and started officially in January of 2013 for a full term. And what we've been doing is trying to do the business of the county, from the criminal and civil and juvenile side.
Well, you know, I've sat in your courtroom many times. Sometimes the cases last a matter of seconds. Other time they take almost all day.
Right.
It seems to me, whether it's you or someone else in that bench, this job requires stamina and commitment. You do, I don't know how many thousands of cases each year. It boggles my mind how you do it.
Well, it does take I think most judges would get an Iron Butt Award for the amount of time that they have to stay on the bench at times. And you're right, some cases take, a minute or two. When it's a speeding ticket, those are relatively straightforward. But then, when we get a juvenile case for like a termination of parental rights, we've had several that go for multiple days. The last one I think we did, we went till about 9:30 that night. But that's an important case, and it takes time, and I want to give everybody on all sides in those types of cases, and in every case, but particularly in those cases, you want to make sure they can put on their best case and give me the best information so I can make the decision that I need to make.
It makes sense. Now, as far as I know, you do not have an opponent at this point in this election. I suppose that could change between now and the end of qualifying in the 1st of February.
Right.
But if you do have to campaign, what does that look like for Rusty Turner?
Well, I think the pattern and the practice that I did the last time, which was to get out and see as many people as possible, I plan on doing that anyway. This is a good time. You don't do a lot of campaigning, I think, in the off years, just because I think some people can get a little put off. But I've tried to be a part of the community, but mostly just getting to meet people and see people. That was one advantage of running a campaign, is I got to see parts of Cullman County that I had not seen, and particularly growing up here, there were areas that I hadn't had a chance to see, and some people that would not have crossed paths. Most of the time, if people don't have to come to the courthouse except maybe to pay their car tags and maybe to vote, that's a good thing. If you don't have to come to court, that means your life's going pretty well.
That makes sense. You don't want to see Judge Turner in his courtroom if you don't have to.
Not even have to. I'll see you at the ball games, or we'll see you, out shopping or something like that.
Makes sense. Well, let's assume you're reelected. What does another term with you on the bench look like for folks? I mean, more of the same? Do you have some plans?
More of the same. There are a couple of things we are looking at, along with Judge Nicholas and Judge Williams and Judge Cheney, is we do have a pretty good veterans population, and there are a lot of courts in Alabama that have started a veterans court. We don't have as many as some of the bigger counties, like say Jefferson or Mobile, but we do have some, and we do have veterans that come before us in various stages of trouble. Most of your veterans courts designed for somebody that had a criminal issue that's cropped up, and unfortunately, especially some of our combat veterans, have gone through some things that have caused some issues for them when they come back home. And the veterans court's not designed as a way to get somebody off or to get somebody slap on the wrist, but it's designed to get them the help that they need. And we're looking at getting that, along with, and we all do this, but continue focus on the family preservation if possible. I do a lot of the juvenile dependency cases. We have a lot of grandparents and aunts and uncles that are taking care of children. I'd like to see more parents help them use the resources of the system to, if they've got a drug issue, we need to get that taken care of so that they can get back to being parents.
Well, that reminds me, I sat in your courtroom one morning and just watched various cases go through, and this one young man was before you, and it was a spousal abuse case or a girlfriend abuse case.
Okay.
And his statement was, "Well, Judge, I only hit her once."
Okay.
And that struck me as profound, not so much that it's about abuse,
Right.
but that mentality is something you have to deal with every day. I know all the judges do. How do you guys remain, particularly you, maintain your sanity with people who maybe think that one swing is okay, but 4 or 5 isn't? I mean, that's a challenge, isn't it?
It is a challenge. The law applies equally to everyone, regardless of station in life or economic background or race. And when you get a display of an attitude that's not quite in norm with what's normal society, you do have to kind of take a breath and say, okay, well, we've got a different way of looking at things, but unfortunately that way is not the correct way.
Well, it's the rule of law, and that's your job to make us all stay in there when needed, isn't it?
Right.
Well, Judge, I wish you the best in your upcoming campaign.
Well, thank you, Tim. I appreciate
Good
it.
luck.
And thank you to all the folks in Cullman County that have supported me and my family as we try to do what's best for Cullman County. I mean, I love Cullman County. Like I said, it is home. I want to do the best thing I can do to preserve a good standard and quality of living that we enjoy and that we can always do better. And that's what we're trying to do.